Hello. Oh, camera's a little low, maybe. Can't really see me, or I'm up too high. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's live stream. Hello. Okay, shall we? Shall we get started? Yes. Who's here? Jason's here. Whoa, chills. Exactly. It's a Friday afternoon. David's here. What's up, man? Petite Cherie. All friends of the channel are all friends of the channel are all here. Justin over there on Twitch. Who else? Aiden, Jagan fan, Matt. What's going on, guys? Welcome. And yes, new HGUC to build, which is always a great day for me. New or old. I mean, I also fairly recently, you guys may have saw I built the Zeong, which was also fun to build. I mean, HGUC is just always enjoyable for me. It's hard to think of a kit that I think if it's a kit that I've not built before and someone handed to me and it was like an HGUC kit, I was like, hey, you want to build this? I would say absolutely. But then again, that probably goes for like any Gunpla kit that I've not built before. There's a few that I would probably like, I'd be interested in building, but less enthusiastic, I guess. Be like, okay, sure. But all right. Usually on the YouTube side of things, being here is kind of weird. Justin, you may feel a bit lonely there on Twitch, I guess. I think there's much fewer people that watch on Twitch, but I don't know, maybe you could turn that around. Make it a happening place over there. I don't really do much with Twitch. I turn it on when I'm doing the live streams, and that's kind of about it. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it here for today. Yeah, it's a Friday afternoon. I thought this is going to be pretty quick build. I mean, with the HG kit, I mean, don't expect anything too long. I imagine we'll be done pretty quickly. But that's why I wanted to live build this, because, you know, it's just Friday afternoon. The day is almost done, and we can just kind of wrap up today with something simple. What I have been working on most of the day today, actually, is the annual Christmas ornament, custom model Christmas ornament build, where in this case, I guess it's not super custom necessarily, but it is a little painted build that I'm making for a Christmas ornament. Basically done. I just need to, there's a couple little bits to add on tomorrow. No, it's not a haro, although if you guys are going to be around, tomorrow is actually build day here at USA Gundam Store, and we have, you guys, if you come, you can make your own haro Christmas ornament. So we prepared a bunch of just like ornaments, just like in different haro colors, and then we'll have some of these AK markers here, these AK plate markers that you guys can use to basically draw your haro face on there. I mean, the haro face is pretty much just like a curvy line that goes around, and then a couple circles for like the flaps. That's pretty much it. But you guys can kind of make that aspect of it. You can make your own here if you come tomorrow. So we've got a bunch prepared, around 40 some of them prepared. So as while supplies last, don't know, that's usually around the amount of people that come. Actually, probably more than that. Actually, usually attend build day, but I feel like we'll probably go through all 40 some of those. So there's a bunch in green, there's some in also blue, pink, and yellow as well. So yeah, come through tomorrow if you guys are in town, gonna be around for build day. Anyway, wish the mouth pipe of the Gallus was a bit longer. Oh, because it kind of limits the head articulation. We'll see. Let's get into it. Although like that would be a part that would be very easy to just replace. Like if you wanted to replace that little hose bit. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in here a bit too and adjust the focus here for you guys. But yeah, the little hose that kind of runs from the snoot down into the chest. Obviously, I'll find out here momentarily how I feel about that. But if it's too short, I imagine that would be a pretty easy part to replace, I think. So Not too big a deal, I think, but I'll see when I get to it here. It does have this connection here with like this midsection plugging with a ball joint into the front of the chest, which is something that a lot of people complained about with the Ground Gundam HG kit. And there's other HG kits that have that, the Ground Gundam, the Ground Gym in particular, though a lot of people complained about, and kind of rightly so. I will admit it was kind of a tricky part of those kits in that it did tend to come apart very easily. Now, it was just as equally easy to put back together, I feel like, but it was kind of annoying that that part often came disassembled, came apart in the midsection there. So hopefully less so the case for this guy, but we shall see. So anyway, safe and happy holidays, everyone. Thank you. You too. Let's see. I think for this, although it doesn't say it right here, also it would appear to me that this kit is made with the idea in mind that they are going to make variations of it, just based on the parts, the way the parts are separated and the way the runners are separated. I get the sense that we will be seeing more Gallus kits in the future, of which there are a couple of other variants. Obviously, one of which we've had a long time before this one came out. The shows from Gallus we had in the HGUC line of like unicorn kits when those were coming out, and I was a bit curious as to if we were going to see any of that kit reused for this kit. I didn't think so, without like kind of knowing the design better. I didn't expect so. I know that there's like some similarities, but I didn't think that it was going to be reusing any of that. And it does seem that that is the case, that there isn't any of that kit that's being reused for this kit. So rest assured, if you were worried about that. Everything, I think, is all nice and new for this one. And let's see. So that's it. Anyway, but yeah, how's your guys' week been? The last live build, what was the last thing I live built? I think the last live build was the latest SNA kit that I was live building over on the USA Gundam TV channel. Just as a reminder to you guys, if you've not seen, I imagine a lot of you guys have seen. Thank you so much, Shuri, for the super chat there. Appreciate it. Saku-chan, what's going on? Welcome. So yeah, if you've not seen lately, I have been doing some, where these go? I missed where these actually plug onto. I have been doing some live builds over on the USA Gundam TV channel as well, in particular for like some of the third-party / original mecha model kits stuff that we've been getting early, which recently we have. Oh, no, put the neck piece in backwards. It means we have to do a lot of disassembling here. Oh no. Actually, when I was cleaning up the space here, getting ready to do the live build, I had the part separator out. And I was like, well, I paused for a second, putting my part separator away, because I thought like, well, man, whenever I do a live build, I always end up needing a part separator, because I almost always miss something and then end up having to use the part separator. But I thought, I don't need it. This is just a simple HGUC kit. I highly doubt I'm going to mess anything up. I don't think that I'm going to need my part separator. And then lo and behold, here we are. And this part is particularly difficult part to remove, it would seem. That's annoying. Let's see. There's a bunch of like rounded pieces, so it's not really a good spot to get the part separator in there. It's gonna damage the part. Should have been paying more attention. But anyway, yeah, so if you are not yet subscribed over there on that channel, subscribe there just so you don't miss any live builds if you're interested in seeing live builds of some of those kits. I will probably, I mean, like that's not exclusively what I'm going to be live building over on that channel. I may like mix it up a little bit, but in particular, lately that's what I've been live building over there. Is a lot of like new SNA kits when we get those, and then what else do we get early? What else was that? There was something else. The Starflower Lily kit. Live build that one over there too. That was one that was really cool. Amongst other things. So yeah, it's been really cool to be able to get a lot of those kits early. And actually just got word, if you guys didn't see that just today, there's another new SNA kit that just was announced. And I was informed that I will be getting that one early as well. I don't know exactly when, but it was just announced. But then again, like with the another Emperor, which was the most recent one that I live built and reviewed, that one I got the sample of like pretty shortly after the color images came out. So I imagine it might be a similar thing for the next one. I don't know how I goofed that up. Like it's pretty obvious that the neck goes in that way. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. All right. Can you just rotate the neck? No, unfortunately you can't. See how the neck piece fits in there? You have to like switch it. You have to take it all apart and switch it around. So unfortunately that was a bit of a pain. All right. Anyway, moving on with that. I feel like I kind of scratched up a couple of parts a little bit in the process of doing that, unfortunately, but yeah. So yeah, that new SNA kit, we'll be getting that at some point early, and then live building that over on the USA Gundam TV channel, so check that out. Live will be there, and then the review will be here as normal. Need tweezers is what I need. Just got a new Bandai kit in the mail today. The Dragonar set 2. Oh yeah, that's one of like the sets where it's like they just kind of like re-released some of the old kits as like a set, basically, right? Those are kind of cool. Some interesting designs, but just because they're just like the old kits, I know like just how much work is going to be required. They're essentially like old 80s Gunpla, in that they just like everything needs to be glued, everything's got seam lines, there's just like no color separation or anything really that much. So I know they're going to take a lot of work. So cool designs, but I don't know if I'm really that into them. Wondering if my MG Barbatos Lupus is coming in with the shelf I ordered from my cousin. If you ordered your MG Barbatos Lupus from here, we've not received them in yet, although I would hope that it would be pretty soon, but I've not heard word on that as to when we're supposed to be getting those. So I'm waiting for mine too, but the Bandai stuff is one thing I will definitely not be getting early, that's for sure. So this does give you, I'm onto the head now, and I will show you something here. It does give you a couple of options for the mono eye, which is nice. So basically this part here, is the visor, basically representing the visor where the mono eye is. So on the one hand, I wish that the mono eye was an actual molded detail. That makes it a lot easier to paint. Now, if you want it to be like an actual raised detail, you have to basically modify that. You have to drill in there and then put in a piece of plastic to make the mono eye. And it's not the most difficult thing in the world, but this is unfortunately the case where you just have a sticker. So you have one sticker where the mono eye is part of the sticker, and then you have another sticker where it's just black, and you can stick the mono eye kind of wherever you want. So you have a couple of options there for that. Why does the Lupus have to travel so slowly? Yeah, I don't know. That is a shame. That's another thing that's great about these third-party kits is that, I mean, they're always going to be available, and people are always going to have them first, like in China. But as far as getting them, like when we're supposed to get them, they're pretty good for that. Like we get them in a timely fashion. We get the amount that we're supposed to get of them. So like if we order 100 of them, we get 100 of them when they're delivered. So in terms of just like the logistics of getting them, I will say it's nice. Okay. So then that visor part goes in here. I don't think it's gonna turn or anything. I actually kind of got that sticker on there a little bit not quite right. The sticker doesn't quite fit on there perfectly. It's because the part is not only round one way, that's also round the other way as well. So I mean that's always like a rounded surface. Just a curved surface is fine. The sticker can just wrap around, but it's rounded in a way that the sticker, you're gonna have a hard time just getting it to be just perfectly flat on there, unfortunately. So we've got the one like sort of centered one, and I'm gonna place this one just kind of off to the side, I guess. Maybe not quite up so high. Something like that anyway. Okay, and then another cool thing here about the head is that this is all one piece, which is really cool. I really like that. This is all one part there for the whole entirety of the helmet. So that's awesome. So we got, and that's just gonna fit up into there. Yeah, definitely don't have that sticker on quite as nicely as I want. So I'm gonna see if I can't pop this apart again real quick. Try to adjust that sticker a little bit. It's always kind of hard to know exactly how it's gonna look beforehand. And obviously anytime you have to peel up one of these stickers and put it back down, they're really not made for that, so it's not going to look very good. But I guess it's fortunate that we have two of them anyway. Let's see. Astria said, we usually get new kits west side first because of the ports. Yeah, so I mean, that's the other thing too. Like anything coming from, I mean, no matter where it's, I mean, if it's coming from either like Japan, if it's Bandai and coming from Japan, or if it's like a third party or Kotobukiya or something coming from China in that case, of course, that stuff is going to make landfall there in the West Coast first. So people and stores out there in the West are going to get that stuff first. Unfortunately for us here on the East Coast, but there's not too much you can do about geography, unfortunately. Yeah, and that is a good point. Astria goes on to say, so USAGS gets them later, yeah, because of geography, but then also because of the volume. That is a good point. It is also due to the volume. It's just a lot of kits. All right, so this little snoot cable plugs into the front there. No, it's not very long, is it? But that tucks up inside there. Like I said, that is a pretty easy part to replace just with like a spring if you wanted to. But that's gonna go into there like that. I mean, it does look very cool. I love the look of this kit, for sure. That sticker just is not cutting it, but all right. MG Lupus is delayed for those of us in the States. Yeah. weather is a factor too. You know what's funny is that both the Barbatos Lupus MG Bandai kit is a bit delayed arriving here in the US, and also the other kit that's delayed here is the non-Bandai, technically not MG, Barbatos Lupus Rex ish looking wolf technology kit that's been delayed. That one's been delayed for quite a while. That is another one that I did actually get an early copy of just recently, but we're waiting to do the review, live build and review of that one until we know a bit closer to for sure when that's coming in, because there's a lot of people that have been waiting for that. So we're aware, and so not wanting to like show it off too much until we know for sure like that it's coming in, but it is coming. It's just a matter of like, we want to know like an exact timeline. And from what I heard, I actually just heard earlier today, and I can't say anything like too concretely, but I actually did just hear actually earlier today from our not the manufacturer, but kind of like our like go-between for that stuff, that it is, I do know that it's scheduled for delivery soon, or scheduled to be shipped out soon, like within the next couple weeks. So it is coming just around the corner. What'd you call that? Our logistics person, I guess. I feel like that's still not exactly the right word, but you guys get what I mean. So we're onto the arms now. Pretty simple here, it seems. They are asymmetrical. But the shoulders are symmetrical. I do like this color separation for the red vents on the shoulder. That's nice. And that dome part just fits right on top of here, like that for the shoulder armor. Easy peasy. C-clip here for the shoulder armor onto the top of the arm. I know some people are not fans of C-clips, but you know, I think it's more so people are more kind of upset about it usually when they're C-clips that are used like for like major joints and stuff. In this case, it's just for the shoulder armor, so I think it's less impactful to the design, it would seem. But there's our arm. Yeah, pretty simple there. Sending out hellos and happy holidays. Hello and happy holidays. Thank you. Just getting into Gundam from Warhammer. Love the vids. Thank you and welcome. Yes, there's been a lot of Warhammer people kind of making their way, finding more about Gunpla recently, which was great. Yeah, but I mean, I will say that it should also go the other way as well. I mean, like, Warhammer's not for me. It's just personally not something that I'm interested in at all. Just mostly just because of the aesthetic. I'm just not really into the aesthetic. I know there is more kind of mech kind of stuff, but it's just still just doesn't really appeal to me. Anything that I've seen, I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that I've not seen before, but I mean, my point is, as great as it is to have people from the Warhammer side of things coming into Gunpla, I would hope that there's also some Gunpla people who are getting more interested in Warhammer, just because I think there's a lot of things that the communities can learn from each other. So I would, in that sense, I would hope that there would be a good amount of crossover between the two communities. Especially with the amount of Warhammer people who paint their kits and the amount of Gunpla people who don't paint their kits. It's kind of like inversed. How like, I'm sure there's some people who are well, there's probably a lot, I guess, people who are into Warhammer but they don't actually paint. In that case, that's the people who like pay other people to paint their stuff, which I know, like from what little I know about like Warhammer as a community, I know that there is a good amount of people who like just pay, and there's like a good amount of people who earn a living based off of like painting Warhammers, painting stuff for other people to use. But anyway, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of Warhammer people that paint just because you kind of have to, and there's a lot of Gunpla people that don't paint just because you don't have to. But it would be nice to have like some more crossover, I think. So this is kind of interesting. This really funky looking gray wraparound sticker here for this thumb joint. Can't imagine this is gonna go well. But let's see. How's it even supposed to fit on here? I'm not sure. Even the instructions for this seem like, I don't know, it'll be fine. Just stick it on there. So like, I don't know if you guys can see this. Usually on like these wraparound stickers like this, where are we? Right there. See, usually on bits like this, they'll kind of like show you, it's like, here's like, you're supposed to start this corner of the sticker right here. And it kind of looks like that's what maybe this is supposed to be indicating. Like you can kind of figure it out, but it's not really clear. And it kind of feels like they kind of knew like, yeah, we're not happy about having to use a sticker here for this bit. So just kind of do your best with it and good luck. That's kind of what I'm getting here from this very dastardly sticker use for this thumb. I'm 99% certain at this point, as I'm trying to wrap the sticker around here, that I'm just going to immediately opt to say no thank you on this one. I might leave it on there just for the moment, just to be able to show in the review like this is the dumbest, worst sticker. I think this is probably the worst use of a sticker that I've seen on a Gunpla kit in a long time. And that's saying something, because obviously in more recent history, I mean, that's one thing, you know, Bandai has been, you know, if this kit was from 1999 would be one thing, but to have a sticker this redonkulous and for a brand new 2025 kit, I gotta say, that's bad. And yeah, I would recommend just painting that. That's pretty ridiculous. Okay, but I'm gonna leave it on there for the time being, just like I said, just to be able to show that in the review. But yeah, definitely not something that's going to be staying there for a moment longer than it has to. And it's not even wanting to stay in there for a moment. Let me see if I get this other part on here. Is it going to stay in there? It's feeling like it's just coming out. But for our fingers, let's see, we got the straight shooting fingers, and then we've got the curved fingers for actually holding weapons. But the little pipes there, hoses there in the back of the arm fit into the back of the hand there, which is pretty cool. So there's that. I do like the asymmetry of the arms there. That's nice. Better to paint it? Yeah, absolutely better to paint it. So I'll paint it. I'll paint it later. Yeah, the like little stickers like this little green one here for the camera. Like stickers for stuff like that, I'm completely fine with. Those kind of stickers are like they work perfectly fine, even on painted builds. Like I've used those like little foil stickers for cameras and stuff, even on painted builds. I think that's completely legitimate. But yeah, the wraparound color correcting stickers, those are just definitely the worst. Those are just There's just not really any good way to make those work out. All right, we're supposed to build the legs next. I'm skipping ahead to the skirt just because when we build the legs, I want to be able to actually connect them onto something. So it goes to reason that we need the skirt section put together, which it seems like those stickers were like that sticker for the thumb was the first, but it's certainly not going to be the last of the dastardly stickers for this one, because we have these other vent stickers, which are the kind of vent stickers that you need to fit inside the vents, and those are also, I mean, there's like two types of stickers that are the worst kind of stickers to have: the wraparound ones and the ones that you need to fold to the inside of a vent. Those are also particularly difficult. I'm gonna do my best though. I need a little toothpick action here. Once, like, if you can get it in, like, lined up, then they can look okay, but it's just really difficult to get it in the proper position, because just through just like pushing the sticker in, you just push it out of position constantly. So if you can get it in and then get it lined up, you can make it work, kind of, but yeah, not a fan. There's one there. Yes, better to paint it, indeed. So anyway, guys, so yeah, hope that you enjoyed the epic conclusion to the very late Halloween build of the Monster Zoc. It was certainly monstrous indeed. I hate that that it was not actually like at all ready for Halloween. Like, it was kind of like on track to be done for Halloween, but then, you know, this came up and that came up, and I just couldn't prioritize that. I just had to prioritize other things, and so, but I didn't want to just like put it aside, or like, I don't know, I mean, what would have been the option? Put it aside till next Halloween? Wasn't gonna do that, so just chipped away at it, and eventually got it done. So it's fine. These side skirts, just attaching on just a hard plastic ball joint, also not ideal. Not the worst thing. I mean, again, especially if you're going to be painting it, but it's not. No, there. Wouldn't be my first choice. No, we got these little hose bits. These are going to be kind of tricky to get in here, maybe. Let's see. Switch that around. So you guys have Christmas plans? You're going to be traveling anywhere, doing anything special? I'm going to be going to my parents' house, my hometown, which is up north. And hopefully there will be snow. Just, I hope, for the sake of my kids, so that they can have some experience playing in the snow. Because obviously here, living in Florida, we don't get the opportunity to play in snow. But that's my hope. Otherwise, at the very least, we'll get to spend some time with Grandma and Grandpa there. How about y'all going on a road trip for a few days? That's nice. Hopefully in an area where it's, again, not too snowy. A road trip through like snowy, icy roads doesn't sound too fun. Assuming that the weather is going to be decent enough. I'm grandpa's hosting. You're hosting your your grandpa's coming to your house. Is that what that means? Zaku, I've never called it side skirts. I call it side or waist armor. Oh, okay. We call the front and back skirts, so it just kind of made sense to call it side skirts, I guess. Waist armor? I mean, what's to say the front and the back is not waist armor? It's all just waist armor. So what do you say? Just like front waist armor, back waist armor, and then like side waist armor, or what? What's the differentiation there? That's interesting. This part here, see, it looks like it would be upside down there on like the back of the knee. It's kind of odd. Quite large pieces here for the side of the leg too. It's kind of interesting how it's a bit of a mix. There's some parts of this build so far where I felt like it builds like as you would expect, a modern 2025 HG kit, but there's other aspects like feeling like it does feel a bit akin to like an older HGUC kit, which, if that's something that you like, if that's something that you appreciate, then that should be good news for you. As I was saying at the start of the stream, I do also have a soft spot for like older HGUC stuff, and I enjoy them as much as new stuff, just kind of for different reasons. I do feel a bit like if there's some people that are like, if you're fairly new to the hobby and like your experience with HG would only be like the Seed Freedom kits and Witch from Mercury kits, which are all, I think, like objectively as just like HG model kits, kind of get a sense like a little bit better than this, I hate to say, but we're not done. So I mean, like, I'm still holding off judgment to a degree, but kind of get the feeling that if you're fairly new and only built those kits that I just mentioned like that, then you built this kit, you might come away like thinking that it's not quite as nice. Especially with how nasty some of these stickers are. And I know that like stickers is the kind of thing that, you know, I don't know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to complain about, I feel like, because personally I don't really care that much about what's a sticker and what's not, just because, you know, for me ultimately I would be painting it and not worrying about the stickers anyway. Shoot. So it kind of doesn't really matter that much. Kind of my opinion on the stickers is usually just kind of more based on what I know from feedback from you guys, where I know that like this is something that's disappointing to me because I know that it's going to disappoint a lot of other people, and I know that like I'm kind of speaking like in terms of like reviewing the kit, I have to know like who the audience is, and like I know that for a lot of the audience, they're gonna feel disappointed from having stickers like this, and so I have to like I just kind of naturally then like express my feelings about the stickers in a way that kind of reflects, I think, what is useful information to people. Not like telling people what they want to hear, but like expressing it in a way that is reflective of how people are going to want to think about the kits. Like, I know that stickers like this are, you know, if someone's watching my review, in order to learn more about the kit, to make a decision whether they want to buy it or not, stickers like this is something that for some people is going to be a deciding factor whether they want to buy the kit or not. They might not want to buy the kit if they know that it has stickers like this. And so it's kind of that I take it kind of upon myself then to kind of like discuss stickers like this in a way that kind of gives the people information that they're looking for. Now, it may not reflect my personal feelings on it. You know, I can tell you, well, you know, these stickers kind of suck, but I'm just gonna paint it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, that's my own opinion, but that information doesn't do anything for people who aren't going to paint it, who are just looking for something that they can just build, and then they normally would use the stickers, and like stickers like this is not something that they would like. Just saying like, oh, you can just paint it. Like, for anyone who's going to paint, that's common sense. They don't need to be told that. And for anyone who's not going to paint, they also don't need to be told that, because like, yeah, they know, everybody knows, like, hey, you can just paint it. Okay, right, but that's not helpful to anyone, so I don't know. It's weird because I prefer stickers. I hate water slides and dry transfers. Regular stickers or no stickers are best for me. Yeah, there is also such a large dislike for water slide decals, and it seems there's a lot of people that find water slides difficult or challenging, or had bad experiences with them or something, and just, I don't understand it, because I personally find water slides easy and convenient enough. They look good. I don't know. I don't have any beef at all with water slides. And obviously, I've had a lot of experience. But I mean, like, even at the start, and I feel like water slides have never really been that big of a deal for me. But I know they are a big deal for a lot of people. So I don't quite understand that. And I try to educate people. I mean, I've done videos about how to do water slides and shown how to do it in like multiple videos, and I just kind of get a feeling like I still run into a lot of people and still hear from a lot of people about how challenging they find water slides and how much they don't like them, or they don't feel like they work well for them or whatever. And then I feel like, oh, do I need to make another video about like how to do water slides? But then I feel like I've done that like a bunch of times already. So I don't know. I don't know how many times I should worry about like trying to teach something. And I feel like it's not like people don't want to learn. Like, just for whatever reason, they've probably just had a bad experience. They tried water slides and it like kind of didn't work, and then they felt like it was frustrating or whatever. And then just kind of puts them off from wanting to try it, and they just kind of feel like, oh, that was hard and I had a bad experience, I don't want to do that. So I get it. But also, want to encourage people to try it, because they're really not that difficult. Do you keep all your Gunpla? Mostly, yeah. Mostly, yes. I do every now and then get rid of some kits, but usually not Gunpla. Gunpla stuff I usually hang on to. If I get rid of anything every now and then, it might be like some other, get like a Moderoid kit or something that I'm less interested in. Because one thing about Gunpla is that even if it's a kit that I didn't enjoy too much, or I feel like, well, it's not all the case with this kit in particular, but let's say, for example, you know, I finished doing the build, finished doing the review, and I feel like, well, I don't think I'm ever going to want to like customize or paint this kit or basically do anything else with it. But I'm probably going to want to hang on to it just because at the very least, I can just maybe use it for kit bashing or something, right? Because being a 144 scale HG kit, especially a Xeon kit in particular, like in this case, it'd be pretty easy to like kit bash it with, you know, I don't know, just like an HG Ifrit or something like that. I don't know, whatever. Whereas it's harder to do that with like a Moderoid kit or I don't know, something else like an Evangelion kit. So those ones, if I feel like I don't feel like I'm ever going to want to do anything else with this, sometimes I'll get rid of those. But Gunpla I usually do hang on to. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Aside from kind of goofing up that sticker a lot. Oops. The one thing I didn't do on these stickers, which is kind of fine, is the vents. Which I also kind of don't like the fact that these vent lines are silver inside there. It's kind of not ideal. I definitely did a much better job with these back leg vent stickers on the first leg. The second leg, I kind of really goofed them up a little bit there. But all right, anyway, just trying to add a little bit definition back into there. That's it for the main body. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. It does. We're not quite done yet. I got to build the backpack and the weapons, but just kind of as we're almost done, I can say it does have a very interesting mix of some aspects of it that feel very modern and some aspects that feel very classic, let's say. Yes, toothpick is a great tool for stickers. I'm using a piece of a toothpick here because I have full ones right there. It's just kind of what I had on hand. Anyway, yeah, if that makes sense. It feels both modern and classic HG at the same time. It's interesting. At any rate, it is a cool design, so always happy to have a new HGUC kit of a cool design, kind of no matter what. I do kind of feel like, I gotta be honest, I wish that it was maybe a little nicer. Especially just kind of after how nice some of the other HG kits as of late have been. Like the G-Quox kits. The G-Quox kits are also different. That's kind of related and similar problem, which I'll come back to. But in general, the kits are really nice. The what do we have before that? Witch from Mercury kits, just like how nice those are. Even going back to like the HG The Origin kits, the Seed Freedom kits, we've had a lot of really, really nice HG kits, HG lines. Oops, as of late. That's kind of odd. Okay. And then to have a new HGUC kit like this that just kind of feels nice, but you know, like not as nice as some of those other ones that we've been getting lately. A little bit disappointing. But yeah, it does interestingly feel a little bit like building kind of like 2000, I'm gonna say 2008 HG. Yes. So I don't know. So like I said, it's interesting. Got our weapon, a few different like option parts here. I think it does have some really interesting gimmicks, which I think is all just kind of part of the design. It's not like the gimmicks that we have here are not necessarily like a testament to the quality of the kit. It's just like, even if this kit came out in 2001, it would probably had like the same gimmicks essentially. But let's see. So we got our beam saber handles. The beam saber handles are stored up underneath the side skirts. Yes. See how well those go up in there. Stay dangerous. Everybody peacing out. I mean, I know we're kind of basically done, but there's the first of probably many times these side skirts are going to pop off, just being that hard plastic on plastic ball joint there. So our remaining stickers all go on here. The camera and then the little red missiles. Love that TMNT green. Yes, it is very TMNT, isn't it? It does look thick and tough to pose, but he can just look like a little tank on a shelf. Yeah, but I mean, like we've seen, like compare this. Here's a great comparison to consider for you. The HGC Bolinox Saman, which is that the last, before this, what was the last HGUC kit? It was either the Psycho Mark II or the Bolinox Saman. Can't really compare it to the Psycho Mark II just because of like the size of that kit, and it's just kind of very different. But the Bolinox Saman, I think, would be a good one to compare this to, and that kit feels like a very nice new modern HG. This one, yeah, I'm feeling like it's a design that Bandai's had and they've just been sitting on for a long time, and then finally like, hey, what can we release that we've already got that we just need to put out? Because I mean, realistically, they're probably putting a lot of time and resources into the rollout of the Perfect Grade New Gundam. That's probably their main focus. So putting out something like this is kind of just something kind of easy to put out, and doesn't really require them, especially if, you know, I have no clue at all, but you know, if my theory is at all correct that this is not a brand new design, but something that they have had like sitting around for a while, they didn't have to do anything to release this, just kind of dust off some old designs and put it into production essentially. If that is at all true, then it does kind of make sense as something that they would release whilst focusing more on the Perfect Red Unleashed new. I don't know, but a cool weapon, a cool, unique design for the weapon for sure. With this kind of secondary grip that folds out like that instead. It's very different. It's kind of like a beam gun slash missile pod. They're kind of all in one. Very unique. So yeah, that's it. We've got some option parts here for missiles in the chest. Basically, these little doors there are meant to open, but it's just going to be a little part swap that you have to do there. I think that's right. Either they're meant to open or it's some kind of variation or something. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, very interesting. I'll work on the review for this one for you guys soon. But I mean, if you've been here throughout the live build, I think you pretty much know kind of what to expect. But one thing that obviously I've not really touched on just over the course of putting the kit together is just the articulation. One, it doesn't. I mean, it's like feels like solid enough, but yeah, that knee joint is going to be kind of limited because of the design of that. It's about 90 degrees there. You just have this this arm, which seems like it's going to be popping out very easily. The elbow, which also only has a single joint, you're going to be kind of limited just because of the chunkiness of the design. I understand how that can like limit a kit a lot of times. I mean, the ankles are pretty good. You got a double joint there, no toe bend at all. Full detail up underneath the feet, no hollow gaps there. I don't know. Overall, yes, it does certainly have its limitations. It does certainly feel like an older HG kit for sure. I definitely get that sense. And so that is a bit disappointing just in the fact that, you know, if this kit came out in 2008 and I was just building it now, I'd be like, oh, this is really nice. But the fact that this came out in 2025, it feels like, I know what Bandai can do, and I know that they can do better than this. So that's kind of the only, my disappointment is not so much in the kit itself, because the kit itself is fine. It's more so just like in knowing that Bandai could have and should have made this better if it was a completely new kit. But I just kind of get the sense that maybe it wasn't a completely new kit. So I don't know. But at the end of the day, it still looks really cool. Definitely still a kit that I would like to paint out with some like custom colors and everything. I think I would definitely enjoy customizing it and working on it in more detail. But anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That was a pretty quick build. So I'll give you a little, just before we wrap up here, I'll give you a little sneak peek at my Christmas ornament build. Here you go. So this is my Christmas ornament build for this year. I'm obviously going to omit the stand, but I got to get a little hook for the top of it to be able to hang it in the Christmas tree. But yeah, it's the little vehicle model X-Wing fighter. Easy, simple kit. Perfect for a Christmas ornament, just in size and complexity. And really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really good for something that I literally opened the box and just started working on it this morning. And within, you know, literally a few hours, this is how it looks. So it does look pretty cool. All right, so look forward to that video probably Monday. And yeah, if you're going to be at build day tomorrow, I'll see you then. But yeah, until next time, have a good one, guys. See you later. Happy Friday.